Pete Alonso signs. I'm not sure that made a significant difference anywhere, considering where he signed, went back to the Mets. I think all that really means in New York anyway is Mark Vientos, stays at third base. Alonso is the primary first baseman, if not the everyday first baseman, and it opens the door for the Mets to do something, creative with the DH spot, or even, bring back a JD Martinez, or sign a Justin Turner even, or somebody like that if they want to. It also means Brett Baty, who at one point was one of their top 5 or so prospects, who hasn't done much at the big league level, is probably going back to AAA to start the year. Now, that's a player that's come up in talks with, and just in like our conversations, people have asked about Brett Baty. The thing about Brett Baty and the Seattle Mariners is he would essentially, if you traded for him, no matter what, if he was free and you picked him up, Brett Baty would not be on your 26-man roster. He is a third baseman. I'm sure he can play first. He's not a second baseman. He's not a shortstop. He doesn't have significant experience in the outfield, and that's where you need help the least anyway. The chances he hits aren't better than the chances Jorge Polanco hits. They're not better. He's never done it at the big league level. Now, the one thing you can point to is, well, he's probably trending in the right direction from like a physical standpoint and a physical skill standpoint. And that's true, but we don't know that his physical skills, not the tools, but the skills, we don't know that they play at the big league level at all. Like we've seen Polanco do it, right? So trading for a guy like Baty, let alone getting him for free, and relying on someone who's never done it is a pretty significant risk, significantly bigger risk as we see here today than just giving Polanco $8 million. So that's why they went there. So from a Pete Alonso standpoint, I don't think a whole lot changed. I really don't think a whole lot changed. I think it means, Baty is available if you want to send them a reliever or something. I think it means that the Mets still might go after a Justin Turner or an Anthony Rizzo or somebody along those lines. JD Martinez was their primary DH last year. He could still be in the plans, but he did not have a good year. So I don't think the Alonso signing really changed a whole lot. The free agent market for starting pitching is still pretty interesting. It's certainly enough to keep clubs from being trade aggressive. So if you're Seattle and you'd still consider moving a Luis Castillo, for example, that market still isn't really as ripe as it could be. Like Nick Pivetta is still out there, and I understand the draft pick compensation there, but if you're a club that's already signed like 3 free agents, for example, if you're a club that's already signed one significant